hey, why are you waiting until tomorrow? Why are you waiting until the weekend's over? Why aren't you just starting today? And if the answer to that is, but Jerome, I just wanted to do X, Y, and Z, eat X, Y, and Z. No one's saying that you can't. No one's saying that you shouldn't. Because let's say you do start tomorrow, right? Let's say you start tomorrow. Let's say 3 weeks down the road, you get invited to do something on a Saturday. Then what? Are you just going to be like, I'm just going to wait till Monday and start over? It seems silly, doesn't it? And when you keep that mindset of starting over and starting over and starting over, for many of us, we never learn our lesson. Instead, we're just trying to do the hardest thing ever or do nothing at all. The hardest thing ever, nothing at all. And then nothing learned in between that. You can learn a lot from the stuff in between. Take it from the person who did all or nothing all the time. That was me. That was my MO forever, for decades. I was either doing it perfectly or I wasn't doing it at all. If you can pick up on this notion, this practice of imperfect consistency, I can guarantee you, you will find success through that. That your fasting doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. That your diet doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. Your exercise doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. All that I ask of people that I coach is that you show up, is that you don't hide, you don't run away, because again, that has been my MO forever. When things don't go well for me, the first thing I do is I try to hide. I try to run away. I try to say, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to deal with this on Monday. That is that slippery slope that leads to this downward spiral of, I don't want to call it failure, but when you find yourself digging yourself out of a hole every weekend because you say, I'm going to start on Monday, and then come Wednesday or Thursday, you're starting over, something's got to give, right? You're going to have to change what you're doing if you want to be able to sustain some type of consistency, some type of success. This isn't a place where all we do is share our successes all day, every day. We all mess up, and it's okay. And it's okay to be imperfect. One of the things that I have really pushed on people I coach, you have to start accepting imperfection. To be okay when you don't fast for as long as you intend to be okay with overeating once in a while, to be okay if you miss a day at the gym. Instead, what else have you done on the day that you messed up that has kept you going? Have you shown up? Have you been consistent on the other things you're taking care of in your life? Have you stopped hiding? Have you stopped running away? Have you started to show up time and time again? That's where it really counts. That's where you learn. That's where you learn from those mistakes. The reason I post videos every other day or every day is because I need to be accountable to you. Without that accountability, I would not be able to keep this weight off. Without that accountability, it would be very easy for me to hide. But I know that if I don't show that accountability, if I'm not transparent with what I'm doing, me, who has issues when it comes to food, I have to be completely transparent with what I do. I think a lot of people think that when I hit goal weight that I am going to stop fasting, and I'm not. That's not the plan. That was never the plan. The plan is to continue fasting indefinitely. Fasting is a lifestyle for me. For those of you that know me, you know that I eat 5,000-6,000 calories per refeed. There's no way that I can eat 5,000-6,000 calories and do OMAD. We all know that. There's no way I could eat that way and not gain weight. The reason I was doing 90-hour fasts initially, like a 4-day fast, was because that is what I had to do to lose weight while still eating 6,000-ish calories. When people ask me, or they say they're going to do the length of fast that I do, I also want to remind people, if you don't eat the way I do, you probably don't need to fast as long. I'm not saying that you don't have to fast that long. You definitely can. You'll probably get better results than I will if you're also incorporating exercise and you're fasting for that long and you're not eating as much as I do. You'll definitely shed weight, probably better than I did in the 5 months I did it. But I bring this up because I want you to know that I'm at this stage now of maintenance where I don't have to fast 90 hours. I don't have to keep my refeed super short because I found a system that works for me. I used to binge eat in a way where it would affect all facets of my life. I would binge eat in a way where I would still eat past satiety, past feeling full. Why? Because for me, it was a way to run away, hide, feel numb, not worry about my stress. And when I would binge eat that way, it also made me hide from the world. For 2+ years in 2021 till 2023, I literally did not leave my apartment. I wouldn't pick up the phone when people called. I didn't text people back. I was in a really shitty situation. And most of my life, I was doing a lot of that, but most of it in secrecy. I would binge during the night and then I would get up and go about my life and just pretend nothing happened. And that's how that disorder went on for a long time. There's always that confusion when people see me eat and they see me eat 5,000-6,000 calories and then they wonder, but isn't that binge eating? To me, it isn't. To you, maybe, but also I eat differently than you do. I eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories, not because I'm binging. I eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories because that's what I need to eat to feel satiated, to feel full. I could definitely eat less. I know I could. But I'm also not eating in a way where I feel guilty and I start hiding and I start making it a secret. There's a complete difference because I can eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories and I can do that when I'm out with friends and not feel guilty about it. I can eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories and still hang out later in the evening. I can eat 5,000 to 6,000 calories and wake up the next day and leave my apartment and go for a 5-mile walk and go to the gym and lift weights. These are things I could not do before when I was eating triple or quadruple the amount because I would just feel like shit. And then I'd be like, I'm just going to start tomorrow. I'm just going to start on Monday. I'm just going to start after my birthday. Do you see why I harp on why we shouldn't be restarting? Why we shouldn't be day oneing everything? Because for me, it led me down a really, really bad path. I have lost friendships over that, relationships over that. I have lost jobs over that because of that type of binging. That's how bad I let it affect my life. And let's not even forget my health. All the consequences of my health doing that. My type 2 diabetes, my high blood pressure, my depression, right? I'm glad I'm in a place where, I mean, think about it. I ate all that food yesterday, right? I ate all that food yesterday. And then what did I do this morning? Did I hide? Did I feel guilty? No, because I wasn't binging. It's a difference. I got up this morning. I went for a walk. I lifted weights. I had coaching sessions. I did all the coaching sessions. I showed up and I'm showing up here. It's a big difference. And I don't think that can be understood from others who might not have a binge eating disorder. I just share it because I know I need to be transparent with what I'm doing and why I do what I do. It's really hard to share all of that information when I make YouTube shorts or Instagram reels or TikToks. And I think that's where it confuses some people because I can't share that entire story in a minute. And so sometimes my hope is when new people come here, then they're like, oh, I see. And that's why when I tell people, hey, don't fast for as long as I fast, don't eat as much as I eat, don't even exercise the way I exercise. You have to do what works for you. You have to do something that will be sustainable for you. Because who wants to be on any type of diet or exercise regimen or refeeding, whatever, right? Who would want to be on something that feels so torturous that they can't sustain it? Why would you put yourself in that place? That's why I also tell people, hey, if you plan on doing an extended fast, make sure it's something that you can do where you can still be physically active, where you can still go to work, where you can still enjoy your life. I get it. I get it for maybe some people who are maybe taking a vacation, right? And they want to do an extended fast just to see if they're able to do it. I get that. You want to lay in bed and do nothing during your vacation and fast? Hey, that's you, right? But if you're trying to do these 7-day fasts, 14-day fasts, whatever they are, and you can't get yourself out of bed or you just feel like shit all day, why would you put yourself through that? Why not just do a sensible fast? 2 days, 3 days where you feel good. You can still go for a walk. You can still go about your day, go to work. You're still going to get results, right? I get it though. I mean, I did an 11-day fast. I've done 1-week fasts. I know what it's like to push. I know what it's like to want to see the scale go down. I know what it's like to try to beat the clock. And by beating the clock, I mean trying to get to a certain weight because you have something going on. I mean, the entire reason I started this fasting thing in the first place was because I wanted to look good for a wedding in 2019. And I lost 50 pounds in 78 days, 73 days, I think it took me. Surprisingly, I did it faster the second time around, most recently, when I lost the 80 pounds in 5 months, less than 5 months.